You can make $200,000 a month with OnlyFans management, and within 24 hours your entire business can go to zero and you have to go back to working at McDonald's. Why? It's very simple. If the creator you work with that you do the $200,000 together in revenue decides to stop working with you and your agency, you're basically back to zero and your entire business collapses. Now, in this video, to prevent that, I'm gonna give you 4 game changers that will change the entire way you work with creators to ensure that they don't quit working with your agency. Now, for reference, I can give you very unique insights into this since I've been doing OnlyFans management for 3 or 4 years, and I also have insights in over 7,000 agency owners in my private community. So the problems and the learnings that I will present to you in this video have been proven. They happened to a lot of people implemented what I'm about to tell you and it worked. So let's get right into it. The first point is the onboarding. Nothing beats the onboarding. You have to see it like that. After the creators signed the contract, right? You agreed to work together, you agreed, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have this and this percentage split. Let's get to work. The first 2 or 3 weeks are pretty much gonna set the pace for the entire work relationship over the next few years. The stuff you implement, communicate, and set up then are gonna last. And the stuff you forget to implement, the stuff you are gonna forget to communicate is gonna hunt you for the next years as well. So it's very important to nail that. It's very important to have a clear setup, a clear baseline. Now, the most important thing, since onboarding in itself is an entirely new video in itself, is to set up the right communication. Most relationships between work relationships, between the agency and the creator fail because of communication. And with that, I don't mean that you literally can't talk with each other and that you're yelling. That shouldn't be the case. You should be normal business people communicating, right? A pretty valuable insight in the industry is most of the time you tell, for example, your creator, hey, please record this video until Monday. The creator is gonna sit down and maybe they just don't know what to do. They feel overwhelmed. They are not wired like you. I assume you as an agency owner, you're pretty much hardworking. You're for the grind, you know, you like the chaos, you like figuring shit out. That's all of our mindset, I get it. You have to understand, very rarely people are wired the same way in business. Not everyone is like that. Most people, they don't want to work that hard. They don't want to work 2 hours until they figure it out and then they feel relief. Most creators are not like that. That's your job. Their job should be as easy as possible. So if they don't understand something, most of the time, they are like overthinking, ah shit, I don't know how this is. I just started working with them. How can I do this? I don't want to annoy them and tell them I don't know. They'll think I'm an idiot. And they just not communicate. They just won't text you for like a week. You're going to follow up them. Hey, where's the content? I told you we need it Monday so we can make money. Look, like what's the problem? They're just not going to text back and they're going to quit after a month. So make sure that in the beginning when you started signing the contract, be like, look, in this agency we like to communicate everything, right? If you can't record content, can't work because of a family emergency, you don't feel good, you don't understand it, you don't have the time, it's absolutely no problem, but please let us know so we can adjust our marketing strategy, our employees, our systems. It's very important to communicate that from the beginning on, because the number one thing you don't want to have is the creator not talking to you and you wondering where the content is, why they are not replying. That's usually how the whole thing splits up. Most people think that their creator is lazy. Oh yeah, my creator doesn't want to record content. Yeah, they're just a bit lazy. Hear this all the time. Most of the time, it's not the case. You just fucked up. You just failed to set up systems and communication patterns in which the creator actually can work. Okay, so the creator might be super lazy in your agency, in another agency they're super hardworking. And the difference is the onboarding and how you set up systems. The second point is the creator not knowing your worth. What do I mean by that? Right, you have to understand it from the creator's perspective, right? They work a couple hours a day, they record their reels, their content, their feed posts, etc. They do their work, they send it to you, and after that they don't hear anything from you, okay? You say, oh, thanks for the content, and for the rest of the day, there's no messages, there's no communication, right? So after a while, once you start making serious money, right? You start doing the first 50, 60 grand a month, creator thinks, wow, I do all the work, and I still give most of the percentage to the agency. Why would I do that? I could just do that on my own, right? Which of course isn't true, because what the creator doesn't know is the work you put in. Creator doesn't know. You work like 10, 12 hours a day. You set up all the marketing stuff. You analyze the numbers. You hire employees. You spend money on locations, outfits, softwares. You set everything up for her, right? She just has to, little by little, do the final stuff. You do 90% of the work. She doesn't know that because you don't communicate that. So of course, after 2 months of making good money, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. I can do this by myself, which isn't disloyal from her side. It's just your fuck up because you didn't communicate that you were working that hard. So what you wanna do is be very honest and tell her, look, by the way, quick update, be very proactive. Quick update, we just set up this. I hired these new people. I've paid this expert to tell us how to do X. I did this, I fixed the banking. I have a new strategy for TikTok. Here are the phones you can record with. I just paid money for this, yeah. Let her know everything you do so she knows how valuable you are. She knows, okay, this guy is doing things I don't even know what they are. I don't even know how he does it, but I'm sure I couldn't do it alone. And this is what leads to her understanding your worth as an agency and that she 100% couldn't do it alone. Again, don't cap too much. Of course, sell yourself in the correct way, but don't cap. Don't say, yeah, we have like 50 employees and this and that, because this leads us to our next point. The next point is being, never use fake testimonials, fake proof, false promises. Don't cap. Okay, especially before the onboarding. When it's in the outreach system, when you tell them why they should work with you, don't tell them, yeah, we scale all of our creators to like 6 figures a month in 2 months' time. No worries. Here's proof of one creator doing 500K, right? Yeah, you may have a bit of higher chances of signing them, which I also kind of doubt because everyone knows that it's fake. Everyone in 2024 knows the OnlyFans statements, they're all faked anyway. But besides that, they're gonna expect that you make them 6 figures a month. So if you're not an absolute top dog and you're not the complete expert, which I assume you aren't, then after 2 months, she's gonna be like, bruv, where's the 6 figures? We're making 5 grand a month. Like, what the fuck did you do wrong? I saw the other creators making 100K a month. Like, what's up with this account? Of course they're gonna leave. Of course. Because you fucked up. You made false promises. So even though it may seem like you need fake proof, fake testimonials, never do that. Never. If you're new to the game, if you are not that experienced, just say, okay, look, sell yourself, but be honest. Be like, look, like we have a lot of marketing strategies that we have to implement, but of course they're very unique. They take time. And I'm just going to prepare you. There's a lot of money being made. So in 4 to 5 months' time, we could easily be looking at 6 figures per month if everything works out, everything's fine. But in the first couple of months, it's probably gonna be slow. And I can tell you, most creators like hearing that because it's honest, you know? They rather want to work with someone who's honest, who takes a bit more time, than someone who promises them the heaven and then under-delivers. Under-promise, over-deliver. Anywhere in business, this is gonna take you far. Never over-promise, under-deliver. It doesn't matter which business, but especially here, when you're working with people, when you're working with creators who are already acquiring a lot of trust from their side to work with you. They're sending you titty pictures, giving you access to their account, their name, their brand, their income. So you better not lie to them and better be honest because it's gonna bite you in the ass sooner or later. The next thing that's super important, and while this should go without mention, a lot of people fuck this up because they're greedy, is don't ignore the red flags that you see. Meaning, you're in the onboarding call with the creator, let's assume, okay? You sit in this call right now, it's their first call, you haven't decided if you work with them yet, and you just ask a couple questions to get to know them, right? Don't ignore the red flags, don't ignore the warning signs, just because you really need a creator to work with, okay? This applies to a lot of things in business, but especially here. Let's imagine you're in the call. Let's say the creator says, oh yeah, I have 2 kids. Warning sign. Maybe it's not bad, but of course the creator needs more time to like take care of the children, etc. You don't want to work with them. They don't have the time to work that much. And it's always going to be a headache. Can you record this content? Oh yeah, I'm at my kid's football practice, which is fine, you should do that, but it's just not the right fit for your agency because you require a couple hours of work per day. And also, how is she gonna record content if there's kids in the background? Bro, that's just fucked up. So, don't ignore the warning sign. Second, okay, she says she's traveling every couple of days. Oh yeah, I love traveling, I travel every week. Red flag. She does it like, how is she gonna record content, etc. She says she only has 1 or 2 hours of work per day. She seems kind of lazy or whatever. She says she has been working with 8 other agencies already and they were all weird. Red flag, because it's probably her fault. Don't ignore the red flags and don't be very greedy. If you see that and you're like, look, she has 2 kids, she worked with 8 agencies and stopped working with all of them. Whose fault is it probably? Were all of these agencies cunts? Probably not. So make sure to not ignore that. See the signs and be like, look, I don't have a creator to work with right now, but if I work with this one, it's gonna be a hell of a trouble. I'm gonna lose a lot of time, a lot of money, and she's gonna quit anyway, or I have to stop working with her anyway. Don't ignore the warning signs and save yourself a lot of headache. And last but not least, this is a bit of a bonus point, but always explain why you're doing stuff and why you expect certain stuff. This should go without mention, but I can give you a very good example. When I started with boxing, kickboxing, etc., this was like 6-7 years ago probably, my coach always used to say, keep your guard up, keep your guard up. This was right at the beginning, right, when I didn't know shit. And I was always like, yeah, all right, but I wasn't really listening. So I always had my guard down until I got punched in the face. And then I understood, maybe I should actually keep my guard up. And then I wasn't pissed at my coach because he was telling me, keep your guard up, keep your guard up. And I was like, bro, like, don't annoy the shit out of me. Like, I'm trying to learn it, okay? But once I got punched in the face, I was like, you know what, he might actually be right. Now it makes sense. I get why he was yelling at me. Now, you shouldn't yell at your creator, just to put that aside. But this is why it's important to explain shit. Don't just say, oh yeah, please make sure you smile in the video. Say, oh, by the way, the video was good. Next time, let's try a bit more smiling, since if people see you smile, they're more happy. They search for someone who is happy because probably in their life there's not much happiness, not much joy. So if you smile in the videos, you are gonna get more views, more money, etc. You can tell that once, and the creator will like doing it, like working with you way more. Just explain stuff, especially if you give big tasks. Like, you need a custom video that's like 10 minutes long, which is annoying to record. You have to see it from their perspective. Say, look, I know it's annoying, but for this video, we can sell for $600-700 on the OF. It's gonna make a lot of money for both of us. So we just have to record it once. We can sell it to all those people. Fine, it's a complete different argument now. It's a complete different work process for the creator because now they understand. Now they at least understand what I have to sit in front of a camera for 10 minutes, probably re-record it like 3 times. So always explain the shit you do, why you do it, what's the result, how it's gonna make more money. And also be very proactive about the earnings. Explain to them how the account performed. We do this in the agency as well. Every Sunday, for example, we send in the WhatsApp or the Telegram or the group chat we have, we send a small like sum up of the week. Hey, this week we made this much money, this much new subs. This and this was the problem. We're gonna fix it this week by doing this and this and this. We're gonna set it up. Remember the last point I talked about, right? Sell your worth, let them know what you're worth. Always give them this proactive stuff so they know what's happening. Because they don't know how much money they make, right? I mean, you and me, everyone who's watching the video, you're probably all greedy cunts. We are all greedy cunts, right? We've refreshed the OnlyFans page every 5 minutes. We know exactly how much money is being made all the time. The creators don't know that. So if they see once a week, okay, we made this much more money, this was a problem, I'm gonna fix that by doing this, they're gonna be like, wow, these guys actually work, they help me, they do this, they do their stuff, I know what they're doing, we're making money, everyone's happy. Nice. So always make sure to nail that, be very proactive, explain why you're doing stuff. With that, that's pretty much all you need. I just want to give you one large cheat code, and that is learn by your mistakes and never do the same mistake again. If a creator stopped working with you in the past, if a creator may stop working with you tomorrow, analyze why it happened. Analyze the shit. Don't just be like, well, she stopped working with me. Oh, shit. It's unlucky. No. Sit down. Why did she stop? Maybe even ask them, be like, look, okay, we're gonna stop working together, but can you just tell me, like, what was the reason? They're probably gonna have as an answer, but at least a fake answer is better than no answer at all. You're gonna get some valuable feedback, and so you can change your approach. Don't do the same mistake again and lose one creator after another just because you didn't analyze your mistakes, which is a very, very bad mistake. So that's it for this video. You can join my free Telegram community over the link in the description, as well as where you can find 2 free ebooks on how to start OFM. See you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.